All right, and we are back for some more ReZero. Man, what a crazy 2 weeks it's been. Oh man, so like I was able to like binge the last couple of ReZero videos, just barely that week. But after that, just like everything just kept piling up. Like, oh man, it's like car problems, work problems, and my birthday. One more year older, let's go me. And so I did kind of like take a couple days to just like chill, hang with family, enjoy life, enjoy my dog. He's over there just chewing on something. But we're back. We are back for some more ReZero. Last two episodes, and last episode. Oh man, like it's just. I still like. I think that's also part of the reason that I took like a week break, just because I was like, man, I really, really did not like that episode. And it's just like, oh man. I did read some of the comments the first day, like they kind of just kept coming in and they kind of just were like more so like repeating the other comments, or like repeating the insults and all that kind of stuff, which I honestly I don't mind. It's the internet. I kind of knew, and I've even like in my past videos, my opinions have kind of not been taken well. But that's fine. We all have different opinions. I'm not gonna hate on anybody. I'm not gonna do anything like that. It's my opinion. If people don't like it, then they don't like it, and there's really nothing we can do about that. But last episode with Roswaald, man, that was just so gross, dude. And oh man. I won't point anything out from anyone out from like the comment section of the last video. But one of the concerning things that I kept reading was it's not grooming because she is now 18. And I'm like, do you know what grooming is? Because that's kind of like when a girl turns 18, that's kind of like those perverts like finish line, like, oh, she's ready. And so it's kind of concerning that like, nope, it's not grooming. She's 18 now. She's an adult. She can do whatever she wants. Yeah, she's an adult, and yeah, she can do whatever she wants. But that's where the grooming aspect comes into play. And whether or not you guys agree with my take, it's fine. Again, we all have our own opinions. My opinion is that I saw Roswaald lock her in a room all by themselves, rub her horn so that he sat her on his lap, rubbed her horn in the dark, whispered to her sensually, and nope, not grooming. Her horn needed it, and it's just like, oh man, dude. But whatever. What, is there anything else that I needed, or that I felt the need to call out on the comment section? I really don't think so. No, I mean, I think that was it. I was just like, I was just a little confused by. Oh, actually, I mean, I was also kind of confused by the fact that all this anger came out from me calling Roswaald a pedo, instead of like when this whole series I have I've criticized Subaru heavily, but it's never gotten to the level of vitriol that like when I criticized Roswaald, which is confusing because like Subaru is the main character. Subaru is who I see everyone loves, and so I was a little bit kind of confused, like, whoa, what the hell? They didn't defend their boy, but they defended this creep. Okay. And I guess other than that, I did kind of see like some comments saying, or like sort of insinuating that I didn't really appreciate ReZero, so along the lines of like, oh, ReZero is so good and you're just not getting it. And I don't think I've ever once said ReZero is a bad series. like yeah, I criticize some of the characters, like I point out some of their flaws, which I love character flaws. I point out plot holes and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think I've ever said ReZero is a terrible series. That's kind of why we've been still watching for like 2 seasons. If anyone remembers at any point if I said ReZero is a terrible series, then please link it below, I guess. I don't know. I really don't remember ever saying it because I've never really felt like ReZero is a terrible series. Yeah, I always criticize Subaru, but I mean, Subaru's a bad person in my opinion. So yeah, I've always said he's the most interesting character as well. He's the most entertaining to watch. So I don't really understand if people think I think ReZero is a bad series because I think Subaru is a very interesting bad person, which I don't know. Other than that, is there anything else? Oh, actually, yeah. One more thing. It's like this has been going on for a while where in the comments sometimes people drop in and say that like I think that I act like my opinions are absolute irrefutable fact when I don't think I've ever said like this is like a fact or anything like that. Like I'm they're just my opinions and I'm gonna present them as my opinions. And if I'm being honest, I was kind of concerned that people were gonna say I was too wishy-washy, which is to say like I was afraid like people were gonna think, oh, this guy changes his mind all the time. He never he likes a character, then he doesn't like a character, then he likes a character, then he doesn't like a character. And so I kind of thought that would be the issue, where I'm always just like, oh man, I hate this character. Oh my god, I love them. Thank you, ReZero. But no, apparently people think I never change my mind ever, which I will take that over people saying I changed my mind way too much, which is why I thought I was doing. I thought I was changing my mind way too much about like characters and stuff like that. My tier list was like changing all the time. But okay, I guess my opinions are irrefutable fact. But yeah, without further ado, I'm really curious to see how the season ends. Last episode, is there any real need to? Well, I guess because I didn't recap at the outro of last video. So Puck and Ram did their little thing where they could have easily, more so Puck than Ram, they could have easily killed Roswaald, but they didn't, because Ram wants to be some sense into him because she cares about him. Apparently she loves him, which is like but aside from that, Subaru was trying to reach out to Beatrice because he messed up the first time, which, you know, he was trying to do the right thing, but it just kind of his anger just kind of like came out, his frustration like came out at the worst possible moment, which is understandable, you know, after all he's been through. Like, one of the things that I'll always say is like, you know, I will always say Subaru has like an anger issue. He has like you know, self-esteem issues. He has all this kind of stuff. And I'll even say like, you know, when he does things, I'll probably just, you know, keep my distance and be like, I hope he's actually doing it, but at the same time I'll be keeping an eye on like you know, this guy is not proven to to not have ulterior motives to the good things that he does. But at the end of the day, he's trying to like, his end goal is still ultimately the people that he cares about / maybe the people that he needs to also live and to move forward. And so, you know, he's trying to keep everyone in the main cast alive, be it for good reasons, be it for bad reasons. It's up for debate, it's up for interpretation. Of course, you guys probably know the light novel material. Actually, I know for a fact you guys know the light novel material, because in the comment section there's even like references, oh, this is gonna happen in season 3. Don't you see? Don't you understand? This is gonna happen in season 3. And I'm just like, no, dude, I don't. I'm watching season 2. Like what the heck? But whatever. And then aside from that, oh my god, my favorite part had to be like Garfield, man. Garfield has just kind of just, I mean, you guys know for the longest time I called Garfield negative Subaru just because he was just kind of just like a more edgy version of Subaru to me at first. But then slowly he like, we saw his reasons, we saw all that kind of stuff. And so now he's, we're like big fans again. I changed my opinion on Garfield. So yeah, I don't know where this irrefutable fact comes from, but okay. So I changed my opinion on Garfield, and he was like, he suited up as Gearfried the Iron Knight, and then he was fighting Elsa, and it seems like he kind of got the upper hand through twist and turn alongside Frankie. Frankie saved Elsa, as what we found out was her little sister, the Mob Beast manipulator, and through that distraction, Garfield found out that Elsa was a vampire, and that I really like that. I don't remember if I was able to put that in last video because YouTube makes me edit out like random bits. But one of the things that I was really excited about like a vampire being introduced is that like it kind of opens the door for more Halloween creatures to be introduced to this world, just because it was so softly, well introduced that like pretty much anything could come at this point, like Headless Knights and all that kind of stuff. If you guys have checked out my Twitch channel, if you guys like the history of this channel, in this household, we fucking love Halloween. Halloween is Christmas here. We go all out, all month. Costumes, candles, seances, all that kind of stuff. Halloween is the vibe in this house. And so if they introduce more Halloween-y creatures into this, I'm always up for that, man. So let's get the vampires, let's get the werewolves, let's get the pumpkin heads, let's get the witch, all that. Well, there's already witches actually, but yeah, let's get all that kind of stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, I mean, you guys know what's up. So I'm not gonna ramble on anymore. Let's just jump into the penultimate episode of ReZero Season 2. Alright, let's go. The outside force right now. Oh man. And to think that he's just like 14, right? If I remember correctly. Like all the stuff, like so like one of the things that I said was like, in my opinion, Amelia had sort of the easiest trials, and Garfield and all of them kind of had like much harder trials. Again, that was just my opinion. So it's really cool to see like Garfield come from like that down to just kind of just, you know what? Fuck it. I want to live. I want everyone else to live their best life. I'm way more interested in what's happening in the outside world than I am with like Amelia and those other people in there. So all right, let's go. Did Garfield win? I really don't think so. Elsa said that she can regenerate as long as she has blood. And we've seen her be blown up by Beatrice before, so I really doubt a rock could kill her. So this is kind of one of the things that falls flat for me in Beatrice's backstory, is that she is presented to us as a sort of pseudo lost child figure. We know that she was actually created by Kidna, but she is presented to us as a lost child who very much looked up. Part of the reason that I like Beatrice so much early on was because she seemed like the only genuine friend of Subaru. They had the most natural chemistry out of any of the characters that we saw in season 1 very early on. Like their banter, their butting heads, all that kind of stuff. And that's why, like, for so long, Beatrice was like my favorite character. That's kind of what I was hoping he would do. So she was like, "Oh, you called me an idiot," and I was kind of hoping that he would like, "Yeah, you are a fucking idiot." But that doesn't mean like I don't want to be your friend. That doesn't mean you're not a good person. Oh no! Whoa! Back in my mind, my nitpicking ass was like, that handle better be hot. But you guys know me, I like fucking complaining about the smallest things. Okay, so let's find out what kicked him out, because Beatrice can't control those hands, or the witch miasma. To my understanding, anyway. Like, I know she can cleanse it and shut. Bruh. As someone who has been shocked by 120 volts like 3 times, when your hands get burnt, whether it's like by electrocution or fire, like, oh man, the claws, bro. That's that's a big question, right? Like, are we who we present ourselves to the people, or are we who we think we are, like when no one's looking? You know, she's like, you don't know me at all. And he's like, well, maybe I don't know what you know, but I know what I know about you. And I like what I know about you. And so, like, she has to, like, right now decide, like, if that is who she really is, or if who she self-loathes is who she really is. Eventually, yeah, that's the hard, yeah, that's the hard part, man. That's the really depressing part about life that I'm not going to mention in this video because I don't want to bum everyone out. But yeah, nothing is forever. That's a very good point. She was always waiting for someone to come in. That's why she always sat right next to the fucking door. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I don't understand why people keep saying I don't like ReZero. When literally, I feel like every episode I'm just like, ReZero just has this fucking way of bringing you back in, man. Alright. And that was the penultimate episode of ReZero. You know what? Let's not fucking waste any time. Let's just jump right into the next one. Because we're like this fucking close. Oh man, this is it. This is it. Alright, so no outro. We'll save all our thoughts for the next episode. Let's just move on to the final episode of ReZero Season 2. Alright, see you guys there.